In this video, we will be making 4 servings of a chicken and mushroom fried rice. To start, let's prepare the rice by adding 2 cups of jasmine rice to a bowl. Cover the rice with water and rinse. Then strain the water and repeat the same process 3 to 4 times. Add the washed rice to a pot or rice cooker. Add water until it covers the rice by about 1 to 2 centimeters, or about a fingernail length. Place the pot over high heat until it comes to a boil. Once boiling, cover with the lid and turn the heat to low for 10 minutes. Then turn the heat off, but keep the lid on for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take the lid off and add 1 teaspoon of cooking salt, 1 teaspoon of chicken stock powder, and half a teaspoon of white pepper. Then mix the seasonings through the rice. Add the rice to a tray and spread it out so that it can cool down faster. Separate the rice into 2 halves because we are going to cook the fried rice in 2 batches. Set it aside to cool down. While the rice is cooling down, we can prepare the other ingredients, starting with the mushrooms. Soak 3 dried shiitake mushrooms in boiling water and set aside to rehydrate. Take 1 small carrot, or about half of a large carrot, peel it and remove the ends. Slice the carrot on an angle into thin pieces. Line the pieces up with each overlapping slightly and slice into strips. Rotate the strips and cut into small cubes. Add the diced carrot to a bowl. Next, dice 1 brown onion. Cut the onion in half and peel the skin. Make multiple vertical cuts and 1 horizontal cut through the onion. Then finally dice the onion and repeat with the other half. Add the diced onion to the same bowl as the carrot. At this stage, our mushrooms should be rehydrated. Squeeze them to remove excess liquid. If the mushroom has a large stem, cut it off and discard. Cut the mushrooms into strips. Then rotate and finely dice like the other vegetables. Add them to the same bowl and mix all the vegetables together. Take 2 spring onions and remove the roots. Cut the spring onion into smaller pieces of a similar size. Bunch them together and thinly slice them. Add to a separate bowl and set aside. Crack 4 eggs into a bowl. Whisk until combined and set aside. Take 300 grams of chicken breast and dice it. I am doing this by slicing the breast horizontally into thinner pieces. Take the sliced chicken pieces and cut into strips. Rotate the strips and dice into about 1 centimeter cubes. Add the diced chicken to a bowl and add a light seasoning of salt. Mix the salt into the chicken and set aside. Before we start cooking, make sure to have all your ingredients prepared and in close proximity. Heat a carbon steel wok over high heat until it starts smoking. Add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, then add the chicken. Spread the chicken out into a single layer and let it sit for about a minute or two so that it can sear on one side. Then stir fry the chicken until it is fully cooked. Remove the chicken from the wok and you can add it back to the same bowl that the raw chicken was in, since it will be cooked again later. Add some water to the wok and give it a light scrub to remove any leftover chicken residue so that it doesn't burn. Dry the wok and set it over high heat until smoking hot again. Add 1 tablespoon of oil and swirl to coat the surface. Turn the heat to low before adding half of our beaten eggs so the eggs don't burn. Stir the eggs for a few seconds until they are about half cooked. Add half of our cooked rice and turn the heat back up to high. Stir fry to break up the egg and separate all the rice grains. Once it is about halfway there, which should take about a minute or two, add half of the vegetables and continue to stir fry for another minute. Then add half of the cooked chicken, half of the chopped spring onions, and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce around the edges of the wok. Finally, stir fry for another minute or so. Turn the heat off and evenly distribute the fried rice between 2 containers. Return the wok back to the stove and heat until smoking hot. Then repeat the same process for the second batch. Add oil to the wok, turn the heat to low and add the remaining eggs. Scramble until half cooked and add the rest of the rice. Stir fry until half done before adding the remaining vegetables. Stir fry for another minute or so. Add the remaining chicken and spring onion plus 1 tablespoon of soy sauce around the edges of the wok. Stir fry for another minute, then turn the heat off. Distribute between 2 containers and we are done. I garnished mine with some extra spring onion for presentation purposes, but that is not necessary. Allow the fried rice to cool before adding the lids and storing in the fridge for up to about 1 week. To serve, just microwave to reheat and enjoy. Each serving contains 629 calories with 31 grams of protein, 84 grams of carbohydrate, and 18 grams of fat.